Hello, Flossie dear. I don't know what this story is going to be like. It's in the Mrs. Pepperpot book, but it's nothing at all to do with Mrs. Pepperpot. It's called How the King Learned to Eat Porridge. So we'll give it a go. There was once a king who was wise and good and mighty and rich, but he had one fault. Not a very big fault, mind you, but annoying enough. And do you know what it was? He would not eat porridge. Now, this wouldn't have mattered so much if he had kept it to himself. After all, a king has so many other things to eat. But he was an honest king, so he could not lie, and he told both the government and the people that he did not like porridge. I detest porridge, he declared. It tastes of glue and tufts of wool. Ugh! And when the people of his realm heard that, they wouldn't eat porridge either. They wanted to be like the king, especially the children, who thought it was wonderful not to eat porridge and whooped with delight. On the National Flag Day, they walked into the procession carrying big banners saying, "Long live the king, down with porridge." But far up the mountains there lived a peasant with his daughter, and they had only one tiny field of their own. On the field they grew oats, and their whole livelihood depended on it. So when everyone stopped buying oats, they made less and less money. "This can't go on," said the peasant's daughter one day. "People not eating porridge like this. I shall have to go to the palace and give that stupid king a piece of my mind." "Take care, my child, you might make the king angry," said her father. "He'd better take care himself," she answered, "or I might get angry." And she slung a bag of oatmeal over her shoulder and set off for the palace. In the palace garden she met a man, but the country girl did not know that he was really the king. "Where are you off to?" asked the man. "I'm going to the palace to teach the king to eat porridge," she answered. This made the man laugh. "If you can do that," he said, "you're a very clever girl." Then he went into the royal kitchen. And told the royal cook that he could take the day off, as a country girl had come to town to teach him, the king, to eat porridge. Next day, when the king was at breakfast, the peasant's daughter brought in a big steaming bowl of porridge. She was a little taken aback when she saw who the man was that she had spoken to in the garden. But the king smiled at her and said, "Come along now, you must teach me to eat this porridge of yours." "Oh, no," she said, "not after making such a fool of myself. I couldn't. Anyway, I don't suppose you even know which hand to hold the spoon in." "I think I do," said the king, and picked up the spoon in his right hand. "Just as I thought," said the girl. "Never in all my life have I seen anyone eat porridge with the right hand." "All right," said the king, "I'll try with my left hand." "That's better," said the girl, "but I've never seen anyone with a bowl of porridge on the table while they sat on a chair to eat it. Get up on the table and put the bowl on the chair in the proper manner." The king was beginning to enjoy himself. First he got up on the table, then he tried to set the bowl on the chair. But this was not so easy. He nearly lost his balance several times before he managed it. "There, now you can start eating," said the girl. The king held the spoon in his left hand and bent down to the bowl. It was awkward, but he succeeded at last in getting a spoonful up to his mouth and swallowing it. "Just a minute," said the girl. "You have to hold your left ear with your right hand while you're eating." I expect I can manage that too, said the king, and balanced another spoonful up to his mouth. That's only 2 spoonfuls, she said. Wait till you get to the bottom of the bowl. That's when it gets really difficult. Don't worry, said the king. I'll do it. And he didn't give in till he had scraped the bowl clean. There you are, he shouted proudly. There you are yourself, said the girl. Now I have taught the king to eat porridge. At first the king was a little put out that she had tricked him in this way, but then he had to laugh. You're a very clever little girl, he said. I almost think I'll marry you. That is, if you're willing. Well, I might as well, said the girl. So they were married. And at the wedding, a huge pot of hot, steaming porridge was set up in the middle of the marketplace, and the king commanded his people, including the whole court and all his ministers, to come and learn how to eat porridge. The queen stood on a high tribune to teach them, and they all laughed and enjoyed themselves like anything. But when they had had their lesson, the queen said, Now, I know you can all eat porridge, so from this day on you may sit on your chairs and put your porridge bowls on the table and eat it the way you do any other food. But many people, especially the children, preferred the way the queen had taught them and went on doing it secretly. Well, I don't think your mummy would be very pleased, Floss, if you ate your porridge that way, do you? I don't think Papa would be very pleased if I ate my porridge that way either. I think sitting at the table is probably the best bet. Now, you're coming to stay for your holidays quite soon, and I've got something to ask you, Flossie. The thing is, I think that the Frog Prince might need to come back from his holiday. He's had such a lovely time at your house. So I wondered if you could bring him with you in your suitcase when you come, and I wondered if you would like to see if any of the other animals here would like to take his place and come home with you and have a little holiday at your house like the Frog Prince did. So you have a think about it and see who behaves themselves well when you're staying and who might be allowed to come back with you to your house. So, see you soon, sweetheart. Bye, Zio.